Hello. So I'm here today to discuss about the role of a QA, and I will let you know that how a QA works, and it's like fulfill all the complaints of our client. So that's why I'm here today. So let me introduce myself. It's David, and I work as a floor manager in the Coldpoint Business Solution, and also I'm a QA specialist. So today I'm gonna share some of my experience throughout the journey. I will let you know what are the obstacles I'm just facing these days, and how I really make a great quality fight. That's it. So coming from the point one, like define your target customer. So what happens, like whenever the telemarketers, the agents, they make a call, first of all, we have to qualify the customer. Write the criteria. First one is that he must have to be homeowners. And the second thing is that his bills have to be more than $300 to $400 every quarter for the power bill. So what happens in a scenario like whenever agent, like someone newbies and some old agents, like they have just all done all the talkings, and at the end of the conversation they got to know like the person he was just talking about, he's a rental. So it's a decline rate. And here comes let me tell you the necessity of having so many power bills, because whenever we found out someone really interested for solar, so we make sure that he's paying a high power bill, because this is the main reason, this is the trigger that he should go for the solar system. And if we just consider like some customers are just paying a less amount of power bill, so they are totally unqualified. All right, attractive part like the education script. So it comes at the point two. So let me tell you what happens. Like over here, general the agents gives this pitch, and he tries to attract the customer with information. So what happened? Like sometimes it comes with the correct information, like they're just telling these things. And what happens that sometimes it comes with the wrong information. They're telling these things. So we are the QA, because we know like the first impression is the best impression, and they're gonna judge through the agents for the company value, right? So considering these things, we have to keep these things on our mind whenever we are just doing the QA. We have to make sure that all the information what are provided to our agents, all of them are like very close to right. We don't want to provide any kind of misleading information. So this is the second part, like you have to educate the customer properly. So here comes the point number three. So it's a very vital and crucial important point, because like in this part, what we're gonna do, we cross check the roof. Yes, you are hearing these things right, because solar is the one and only campaign where you just not have to pitch the customer. Also, you have to check the customer throughout the map, because sometimes we can see the place is very shady. So we have to offer them the optimizer. So if someone's gonna miss these things, so it will be a unqualified lead. And secondly, like we also have to consider roof spaces, like how many spaces you have, how many panels you can go for. Suppose someone's paying $1,000 and we are not gonna offer him a 5 kilowatt system, we're gonna offer him a 10 kilowatt system, isn't it? So that's the main part of this checking this roof things. So let me tell you something more. Like sometimes we can see some like pergolas, some gables, like so many obstacles over the roofs. So considering so many staffs in this one section, so I must have to say this third point is very vital, like checking the roof space. It's like qualifying a customer in a proper way. How much sunlight he's getting, is there any shading on something not? These are the qualifying questions for this criteria. Okay, so here goes the number 4. So here comes the most important part, the verification process. So what I have to do that in this process, every lead has to pass through some qualifying questions. So these qualifying questions, like without these qualifying questions, we can validate a single lead, because in this business, it's very important to qualify a lead. So suppose we have to ask the age of the customer. Suppose a customer is more than 85, so he will not qualify for the finance option. So over here, we have to make sure the customer is under below 75. And also, we have to check the roof shading. Is it getting proper sunlight or not? If it is, so it's passed. Otherwise, it will be declined. And also, we have to make sure the person we are talking about is the homeowner or the decision maker. The most important parts, because what happens that the agents just keep talking with someone, and at the end of the conversation they got to know like he was just a renter, so it's not going to be a like past lead. I hope you understand, right? So these are the most important parts where you have to be more concerned to make a qualifying leads. Because like if you just can imagine like what if the expert is going to visit and he just got a customer which is not like actually the owner, so the point, right? So these are very important things. Like I will just tell, like without completing this verification process, a lead couldn't meet up its criteria. So it's very, very, very important. So here comes the process, the step number 6. So it's the quality assurance check. So how it's gonna work, like whatever the questions, whatever the answers we got so far, the information we got so far, so depending on those things, we have to ensure these things. Suppose that someone's telling like I do live in that property, this is my property, so we also have to make sure, is he telling the truth, is this the right address or not? And also like we have to make sure if someone's giving the email address and sometimes the agents does miss that, right? So what happens, like it's not going to be sent, right? The business will be dismissed. So over here the Q have to more concerned, he have to make sure that whatever like the customers was telling, it's meeting, it's everything all right, right? And also the contact information, like they are just putting the numbers in a proper way, everything's right, all the fields that fill up. So we have to like go in this process with every leads. So I will tell like over here with my experience, like you have to be very concerned, you have to be very focused on your work. That's it. So the main part is that to make a proper QA. Why it's very important? Because so that the operation can be maintained properly, the training sessions, the development, like everything's connected with each other. That's why it's very important to maintain a proper quality, because quality works pays off. So here comes the, like what should I say, the very crucial part, because like a QA have to go through a very vast process. And over here we can see like the quality controlling, the quality monitoring, like 100% compliance maintenance, like everything's maintenance under everything good or not. The training part, because like depends on QA feedback, it's very important to maintain the training. And we also changes and keep modules of the training, right? And also like find out the causes, the root of the causes, like what's these things going on, why the agents are doing mistakes, right? So I will say like this part is very important for the QA, right? To make a vast development, and that's why we are giving importance to the QA part. So here comes the conclusion part. So what I would love to say over here, that what are the most important thing? Why that, like what is the importance of having a QA? So just because like making a lead, yep, it's too tough, but also controlling the quality, it's also tougher. Because without a qualified lead, because like generating leads is not the business, right? Making business is the business. So if we can generate a qualityful leads, then we can assure qualityful business as well. So this part is very important, and I will must say uh, like a QA should be more neutral. A QA should be like using his insights. Like sometimes what happens, like we can find out some dodgy customers, and we see like sometimes the customer is not that much in the market. So we just actually understand these things by experiencing, so I will tell like the whole thing is the process. Like Q is just not a work, it's an art. Trust me, it's an art. So that will be my perspective. I'm sharing my own experiences, whatever I'm just doing so far. So that's all actually. Like what I wanted to let you know, like you have to maintain the quality whatever happens, and quality will make its own way to in the success. So thank you so much for listening so long. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.